Photo by Harry Howe, Getty Images, Los Angeles Dodgers. The Los Angeles Dodgers are the only team in the MLB with a postseason streak 5 or more years in the making and actually have the third longest postseason streak in MLB history. The Dodgers have won 6 consecutive NL West titles, have been in the NLCS the last 3 seasons and the World Series the last 2. While the Dodgers have not yet taken home the ultimate prize, it is hard to ignore what the team has done over the last 6 years. You have to get there, after all, in order to win it, and the Dodgers have done a great job of getting there. If the team continues to put itself in that position, it will win a World Series. Heck, you can change a handful of things about both World Series appearances and the Dodgers would be back-to-back champions. The team is not showing any signs of slowing down, as it still has most of its contending core intact and continues to build and maintain one of the best farm systems in baseball. Rarely does an organization get the double whammy of being a World Series contender and having a great farm system. The Los Angeles Dodgers enjoy that luxury, which has led to their success thus far and will lead to future success. We all knew about the top prospects before they emerged, but some of the best players on the Dodgers were rushed to the big leagues. Just in the last 2 years, Cody Bellinger and Walker Buehler were rushed to the majors sooner than anticipated and had a huge impact in their rookie campaigns. While the Los Angeles Dodgers don't want to rush every prospect to the big leagues, sometimes that it takes to get a player going and to help the team. There are 2 prime candidates to get the early promotion to the MLB this season. Next, slugging outfielder. Page 2, photo by Doug Pensinger, Getty Images, Los Angeles Dodgers. Typically, the Los Angeles Dodgers have a surplus of outfielders that blocks prospects from making the big league roster. Just look at Andrew Toles, who would at least be a bench guy on most MLB teams and only played in 17 games last season. This year, though, the Los Angeles Dodgers have a completely different outlook. The team is 2 outfielders short after trading Yasiel Puig and Matt Kemp, and are going to get even thinner with Enrique Hernandez and/or Chris Taylor spending more time at second base. There is even the possibility of trading top prospect Alex Verdugo, which I don't love. And while the Dodgers can move Cody Bellinger to the outfield, it still creates a bad trend. The Dodgers only have left-handed outfielders. The exception here would be Hernandez or Taylor if they start in left field. Aside from that, the Dodgers have Bellinger, Jock Peterson and potentially Verdugo and Toles. The team needs a right-handed bat. That could lead to DJ Peters, who has not played past AA, getting the early call. If Peters has a great spring training, it could force the Dodgers hand to go with him and his right-handed bat over another left-handed bat in Toles. Peters is the Dodgers' 9th-ranked prospect and actually has an estimated arrival of 2019, likely as a September call-up. However, Peters could take a route similar to Cody Bellinger and get the call earlier than September and play well enough that the Dodgers have no other option but to keep him up. Next, long shot middle infielder. Page 3, photo by Eric Espada, Getty Images, Los Angeles Dodgers. This one is more of a long shot considering that the Los Angeles Dodgers drafted Gavin Lux out of high school in the first round of the 2016 MLB draft, and he only has 3/4 of a year experience in Advanced A and 1/4 of a year experience in AA. More from LA Sports Hub. However, I would not completely rule out Lux making a kick climb, especially if the Dodgers have any sort of injury trouble in 2019. It certainly is not in the team's plans to promote him quickly, as it might be for Peters, and instead would be a product of bad luck in the big leagues. I still do not doubt that Lux could have some sort of impact on the big league club if he got the call, even if it was only for a short period of time. After having a poor first year as a professional, Lux excelled in the Cal League and continued his success up to Tulsa. He was easily the most polished player in the Cal League and already had a big league mindset and approach at the plate. He is more than a capable fielder to play shortstop at the big league level. However, his arm and Corey Seager might move him to second base, where he spent some time in 2018. The Dodgers' second base situation is interesting. It seems like Max Muncy will split time with either Enrique Hernandez or Chris Taylor at the position, none of which are really your traditional second baseman. There really are no minor league options ahead of Lux, either. Sure, the team could call up Jake Peter to play second if someone gets hurt, which would be fine, but towards the end of the year if the Dodgers need a better bat it would be smarter to go with Lux. Next, players worth trading. Alex Verdugo for I think Lux should expect to maybe be a September call-up this year, depending on how he plays. However, I would not be surprised if he is in the big league lineup come July if the Dodgers need some extra hands on deck. Page 4. The Los Angeles Lakers have already been without LeBron James for longer than anyone expected. When it was revealed that James had just a sprained groin after his Christmas Day injury, it was a safe assumption that he would be back shortly after the new year. However, that is not the case. James has been out well past the new year and, at best, won't be back in action until Jan. 17 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. That would mark over 3 weeks of James being out of action. It gets worse, though, as James is in no hurry to return to action. Sources familiar with James's thinking told ESPN that he is willing to miss even more time if it means coming back at full strength. That could mean another week to up to a month. HT Silver Screen and Roll. It is completely understandable why that would be worrisome for Laker fans. The Los Angeles Lakers have not played as expected with James out and need his veteran leadership to get anywhere in the playoffs. While he will undoubtedly be back before then, this does raise the question of if Father Time has finally caught up to James and he can no longer heal at a superhuman level. 5 years ago and James likely would have been back in action by now. Those concerns are understandable. When your team brings in the biggest star in the NBA for 4 years, the last thing you want is for him to get hurt in year 1 and gradually decline. We saw how quickly injuries affected Kobe Bryant's late career. However, LeBron taking his time to get back in action is just fine. In fact, this is actually better for the Los Angeles Lakers both in the short and the long term. In short term, this prevents James from coming back too early, getting hurt again or simply not playing to his full capabilities. Risking injury in January and February would be asinine. For the long term, this gives the Lakers' young core more time to learn how to win without James and to teach these guys how to be leaders. We have already seen some improvements since James has been out and that has to continue. This will give the Lakers front office a great idea of if this core can dethrone the Golden State Warriors or if the team is going to have to pull the trigger on a move for Anthony Davis. If the team thinks the young core won't progress in time, it is time to make a move. Sure, it might hurt a tad in the win-loss column, but the Lakers have plenty of season left to will their way back into the top 8 to get into the postseason. The Western Conference is so tightly contested anyway that it is not much of a concern at all to fall too far out of the playoff picture. Next, what we have learned with LeBron out in many ways, this injury is a blessing in disguise for the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's just hope it does not have long-term implications on James's production or health.